Oh, okay. Alright. We're doing hard mode. I forgot about that. Haha. So... Are we good to go?
Yes, we are.
Alright, so... What's up? I'm Vibuki. You can call me VB. I don't care. This is gonna be Aria of Sorrow, glitchless hard mode. Thankfully the hard mode incentive was met. I said on Twitter that if it didn't get met I was gonna cry on stream. So thankfully we don't have to deal with that. But yeah. We'll get ready to go, I guess, in 3, 2, 1, go. So, this is Aria of Sorrow, like I said. It's the final Castlevania release for the Game Boy Advance. Right at the start, there's a triple frame perfect trick. I didn't get it. So, in this screen, the random number generator value rolls on every frame. I'll talk about RNG a bit more later, but, just, there's a really hard trick you can do there that saves a couple seconds. It's not a big deal. So to explain what this category is, this is glitchless hard mode. Glitchless is pretty self-explanatory for the most part in this game. You can't do any of the really broken stuff that you would see in any percent or all bosses categories that just completely destroy the game. And what hard mode does is it reduces the damage you do to enemies and increases the damage that they do to you. And that has a lot of implications on routing that I'll get into later. For now, here's the first boss. Pretty much a pushover. You just throw spears at him. And then slash. So to talk about movement in this game, the main movement tech you're going to see me doing is backdashes. Backdashes are really fast at the start, but really slow at the end. So you want to cancel that landing end somehow. And a way to do that is if you're in the air and land, that if you're in the air, it'll not have to do the slow part. You're gonna see me jump at the end of backdashes, and you also see me do something called blade dancing, which is where I slash my sword, and that skips the turnaround animation, which saves a couple frames every time I do it. Blade dancing's really hard though, so a lot of runners will opt not to do it. This is blade dancing, what I'm doing right here. Yeah, it saves a bit of time. If you mess it up, it would be faster to just walk, so it makes it kinda risky, but I'm consistent enough with it that it saves time generally. I shouldn't have said that. Alright, so here's gonna be the first save and quit RNG minute of the run. So whenever you do a save and quit like this, it resets your RNG value to a constant value. So if you know what advances the RNG, you can consistently get soul drops like that Skeleton Knight right there. And what the Skeleton Knight soul does is it boosts your strength by 4. Ooh, I died. That's actually really bad. So that's hard mode for you right there. Wait, did I not save? Alright, well, that's like 2 minutes right there. That's pretty awesome. Hope you like Castle Corridors as much as I do. Did I mention I'm running this at AGDQ?
Not yet, but Turbo Dog actually mentioned it. And yes, that is true. This game and category will be run at AGDQ in January.
I hope that happens at AGDQ. That'd be funny. but like not really.
I mean, you could always do it intentionally, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh, dude, we got blue crystal this time. Alright. The death was actually 100% worth, because now I can do, bird strats. So blue crystal is a bullet soul that lets you shoot out a little birdie. If you want to read some donations, I'm just going to get back to where I was before. Probably read off one or two if we have some.
Alright, we haven't gotten any yet, but I would like to remind you all that we're here benefiting the California Fire Foundation, a really excellent charity focused on helping out firefighters and those affected by fires, including firefighters who passed in the line of duty. And we have a couple incentives coming up. If you would like to decide which story is run in Fire Emblem Fates, you get to choose between the 3 different stories that game features. And if you would like to choose between Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2 later on, we have a bid war between the glitchless category of Mega Man 1 and the normal zipless category of Mega Man 2.
What's in the lead for that?
Let me check.
Alright, so in the meantime, we got past apparently the hardest stream in the game. Yeah. And now we're in Chapel.
Alright, Mega Man Glitchless is leading over Mega Man 2 Normal Zipless by 22 cents. And then Revelations has a $40 lead over Conquest and a $50 lead over Birthright.
So that was the first real menu of the run. Menuing is a really important part of Glitchless. Menuing and movement are both really important in Glitchless categories because, you know, there's not major tricks, so you want to try to save time on little things as much as possible. And we're coming up to the first boss that actually poses a threat. Manticore. Oh right, we're doing bird strats. I forgot about that. So you can see that fireball did 90, which is a lot. Wow, okay, he's never cornered me like that before. I'm gonna grab this sword because there's a lot of damage based in the upcoming segment, so I need as much health as possible. I should be fine with this health. So another movement tech is something called the slide off. So whenever you land from a long distance, like this drop I'm going to do here, there's a hard fall animation like that. If you can use your momentum to slide off a platform, you can skip that hard fall animation, and it saves a couple frames every time you do it. Obviously there needs to be a platform for you to slide off on. But it can be handy sometimes. Okay, that was the scariest moment of my entire life right there. But we're good. Alright, so the next boss is Grey Armor. It's kind of an annoying fight because he has a shield that blocks your attacks, so you have to get really close to him to do damage. He also hits like a truck on normal mode, or hard mode. Alright, we're good. So the main movement tech in this game, or not movement tech, battle tech is short hop slashing, where you jump and then slash, and then you land cancel your, that land cancels your swinging animation, and you can get pretty high DPS with that if you're good with it. Oh wait, I need to get something for hard mode. So this is hard mode exclusive content right here. Only on hard mode there's a Kaiser Knuckle in this room. And I'm never going to use that weapon, but I will be selling it for money. You can probably read some donations now, or plug something if you want. Or I can just talk about the route. So up to this point, the route's been pretty normal. Basic playthrough, but that's gonna change soon. I'm gonna do a sequence break that's not a glitch. Called Floating Gardens Early. And the way that works is, you'll see, but it's just a precise jump. So you talk to Mina there to heal. Here I'm gonna sell the Kaiser Knuckle. And buy 10, or 9 potions, excuse me, and War Fatigued, which is a pretty good armor. So I'm gonna be going to Floating Gardens, because the Floating Gardens, from Floating Gardens you can get to, Clock Tower, which is where Death is, and Death has Skula. So basically, this is gonna skip all of Dance Hall and all of Inner Corridors. Saves a lot of time. This is the Floating Gardens early jump right there. You can kind of get on the edge of that platform. The timing isn't that tight at all, really. So Floating Gardens is just kind of a pass-through area. for now. Later, obviously, we fight Julius here. Also, Disc Armor's hitbox is actually gigantic, so even though it looked like I jumped over him, I didn't. Unfortunate. So now we're in Clock Tower, which is a pretty cool area. Lots of neat movement tech. A lot of climbing shafts and dropping down shafts as fast as possible. Something they haven't mentioned yet is I can skip cutscenes because I'm playing on a game that has beaten the game before. There's a menu to equip Mistletoe and War Fatigues. So because I did that sequence break, the next boss fight is going to be kind of ridiculously difficult. I'm way under-leveled, I don't have nearly enough resources to deal with them, and it's on hard mode. So, the next boss fight's gonna be kinda ridiculous. It's always the scariest part of doing this run in marathons. But the Shroud is really fast, even with the very slow death fight. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be talking much during this, because there's a lot of reacting to RNG and stuff that you have to do. Alright, that's phase 1. So phase 2 is 3 attacks. This is the one you don't want to see, where he charges at you. This is the one you don't want to see, where he charges at you. This is the one you want to see, so, I'm not complaining. Alright, we're good. Whew, that's always a relief. Nice. So for beating death, we get Skula, which lets us go in water, which opens up the arena. And yeah, we'll talk about that more later. So something I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up this money bag. This is more of a safety measure, you don't need to do this, but it does let me buy one more high potion. Ooh, I am going to equip Skula and Potion. I want to try to save the melon for the end of the run, or keep the melon with me until the end of the run. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Melon's actually a really good healing item, so in a pinch I will use it, but I'd like to keep it with me. Take a melon on all my adventures. So now I'm actually going to go back to the shop for, hopefully the final shop visit of the run. If things go poorly, I just got a Bacillard drop, nice. If things go poorly, I will make a third one, but hopefully this will be the last one. Alright, I bought high potions. In my practice run I did before this run, I accidentally bought 9 rapiers instead of 9 potions, and that was really something. So now I actually don't have a weapon. I sold all of my gear. So now I'm just kind of punching things with my stubby little fist.
But wouldn't 9 rapiers mean 9 times the damage?
I mean, you're right. My favorite fun fact about this game is in this room the boats move in random directions. Or whenever there's boats like this, they can move randomly left or right. You want them to move right, it saves a few frames, but it's just a silly little thing mainly. This is really bad boats. That was like 4 moving left. I'm gonna make a little detour off to the left here, to get the Rahab's sword. I also ran right into that needle. That was pretty funny. I'm actually never gonna use, the Rahab sword for fighting. I just need to use it for 1 RNG manipulation. To get an even better sword. That'll be coming up in a second. The Underground Reservoir is pretty cool. It has a lot of tricks. So I'm going to be saving. Because if the tricks go poorly, there's a chance I can die. Because failing the tricks means getting hit. And getting hit means taking damage. You know. You know how it is. Alright, so coming up is going to be the Mandragora skip. The Mandragora is basically a screen nuke attack. But if you dash carefully, cool, you can make it through before the damage goes off. And then this is the Flying Armorless Warp Jump. Cool, I got that too. I skipped Flying Armor in this run entirely. You can do that through careful jumps like that one right there. I'm gonna need to come back here later to get the Claims Elias, which is basically necessary on hard mode for the final bosses. Normal mode can get around getting claim now, but hard mode basically still needs it. So coming up is going to be yet another RNG manipulation. I need to re-equip Skeleton Knight, which, like I said earlier, boosts my strength, but I'm going to get another strength boosting soul that's even better. This RNG manip is kind of tough though, so I will need to focus for it. I'm not going to be talking. Cool, first try. So I'm gonna make a detour down here to do the double RNG manip off the Flame Demon. This is a pretty complicated setup that, So to explain how RNG manip works, I explained it earlier, but I guess I can explain it again just in case people came in. Whenever you reset the game, it sets the random number generator value to 0. And by doing certain actions, you can advance that value to get drops, such as this one. And... not this one. I have to do the backup. That's fine. I leveled up, which messes up the RNG value. It's no big deal, though. There's a backup. So that got me the Levitain weapon and the Flame Demon Soul. So now we're going into Arena. Arena is really tricky in this category, because there are these gargoyle enemies that fly around. And they have 70 HP, and I do 69 damage. Which, you know, first off, nice. But, it does get annoying. Not being able to deal with them. Went pretty smoothly, though. The gladiator room always looks cool. He shoots out arrows randomly. So we're coming up to Balor, which is a pretty cool boss fight. Did I equip? Yeah, okay. I'm going into phase 2. Phase 2 actually has lower defense for some reason, so he dies earlier. Alright, we're good. That was a no-hit Balor. It's always nice. So for beating Balor, we get Giant Bat, which is a super good soul. It's one of the best souls in the game. For glitch speedruns, you can use it to clip through basically any wall. Obviously I won't be doing that, but it's still really useful for glitchless because now I can get pretty much anywhere in the game. So next I'm going to be going to the inner corridors, which is the area I skipped earlier, but oh my god. Oh, scary. But I do need to go here to complete the Claim Selias side quest. Which, like I said earlier, for the late game bosses in hard mode, you basically need it. So even though the side quest saves several minutes, in hard mode it still ends up being faster. Like I said earlier, normal mode can use RNG manipulations to do skip it. It manipulates Red Minotaur and Maramasa, which are decent for the final bosses. in normal mode. So I would like the Curly to drop their soul. If not, it's no big deal. There is an RNG minute for it, but it is faster if you can just get them to drop it. There's a minute for that. Alright, well that was not how you're supposed to move through that area, but whatever. So now I'm going to be going back to Underground Reservoir to get the Claims Elias, because I got Curly and I got Undine, which lets me stand on water. Ooh, okay. So we can use the Rush Soul to get past this waterfall. Now we're in Forbidden Area, which is where the Claims Elias is. So this is a huge side quest, but in hard mode it does end up being worth it. So, something I haven't mentioned yet is this is going to be a true ending run. All Aria of Sorrow runs are true ending. So to get the true ending, you need Flame Demon, Giant Bat, and Succubus. I already have 2 of the 3, but I do need to do an RNG minute for Succubus. It's probably the hardest RNG minute in this run. The Triton minute is arguably harder. And that's going to be coming up next. I opened the warp in top floor, so once I get back to the warp room, we're basically going to be there already. So we're gonna suspend here. And, 2 slashes and stop right here. That might work. Oh, I need to equip Triton. Haha. So this is the reason you manip Triton, is because it allows you to kill Succubus in 5 hits. Which, makes the manip work. Yeah, it's not gonna work. You need to stop on a very specific pixel for the RNG to not advance in an unfavorable way. There we go. Not too bad. So now we have everything we need to go fight Graham. So, the Grim Fight checks if you have Flame Demon, Giant Bat, and Succubus equipped on the final hit of Phase 2. So this is Phase 1 right now. So I don't need to worry about that at all. Alright, and this is Phase 2. So I count hits. Hello? Hi. So, we should be good, because I had the 3 souls equipped when I did the final hit on Phase 2. I can equip Triton for Phase 3, which is what we're on now, and be fine. Alright, so we did not get Bad Ending. Instead, we get Black Panther, so, you know. Now we're zooming. So here we also get Hippogriff, which gives you a gigantic vertical jump, like this. So now we have all the movement tech we need. In an all bosses run of this, which is the incentive for AGDQ, so hopefully the run I'll be doing there, you would go clean up the extra bosses that I skipped, but for now we're just going to go to the end of the game. I also picked up the Khalid Bog, which is used for Graham. Graham is resistant to, or not Graham, sorry, Julius is resistant to Holy, which is the element the claim has attached to it. So you need another weapon, and the Khalid Bog has Dark attached to it, which Graham is weak to. Graham is resistant to Holy, I think I said he's weak to it. Whatever.
No, you said he resists it.
Okay. Thank you. Whoa, okay. So, Graham, probably the second hardest fight in the run to do well, only behind Death. Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to be talking much, because this fight is A, tricky, and B, has really good music that I want to listen to, and you should want to listen to it too. Something to explain real quick before I stop talking, though, is Graham gets staggered every 4 hits, so you need to kind of keep a tracker in your head of how many times you've hit him. That's like the main tech with this fight. Oh, I died. I was not paying attention to my health. I saved, so it's not a huge deal. That's funny. Not that one. I was pretty early on in the fight, so whatever. Not like I got to phase 2 or anything.
That one attack dealt an obscene amount of damage.
Yeah. This fight on hard mode is definitely something. I don't know, we're going into phase 2. In phase 2, the rule where he gets staggered after 4 hits doesn't apply anymore. So you can do a bunch more damage on him, but he has his sub-weapon, so you need to be careful. Oh, I didn't need to heal because he died. Alright. So that was Julius. One quick death isn't too bad. And now we're in Chaotic Realm, which is one of the coolest parts of the run. You get to... You're zoom in again. No. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, in this category, late game, your menus get kinda cluttered, and stuff like that can happen if you're not paying attention. For example, if you're doing a marathon run and trying to talk about your gameplay, it can happen. Just a hypothetical, though. This is a cool drop. Ah, messed it up. Fun fact, I've died to this shadow armor before. It's a fun time. Alright, we're gonna save before the final boss. So phase 1 he locks away all your souls. But because I have claim, that is pretty much good enough. I definitely want to avoid the dragon attack because it does a ton of damage. Hey, I got it. There's one frame where you can slash your sword there. It doesn't do anything. But it's cool. So for phase 2, you have to destroy the 4 eyes. And every eye you destroy lowers defense, or the core's defense. Get ready on time pretty soon. This is probably going to be overestimate. Apologies that this was the worst run of all time. But, you know, things happen. I didn't have enough time, as much time to practice for this as I would have liked.
And you also didn't save. That one time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the difference right there.
Alright, so I'm actually out of healing items. I had to eat the melon. Actually... So this is really scary. Alright, time.
GG.
So that was probably like 47 flat, 47 if I had to guess. I have no clue.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Sorry that was not the best run. But
yeah, you did fine.
I had fun. I hope you did too.
I enjoyed it. And congratulations, Soma. Next up, we have a 3-way race of new Super Luigi U, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, see ya.